I did.
We didn't play one-on-one.
First of all, did you go to Germany?
We did play one-on-one.
We wasn't keeping score. What we were doing,
Who wasn't keeping score?
Cole, what we were doing, we were working on our footwork on the post. We were working out individually, and then we were working on our stuff on the post. We wasn't keeping score. We was playing.
Now, if somebody's playing a workout, and if the person scores, they keep the ball, what is that?
We wasn't keeping score.
Have you ever been with him where he wasn't keeping score,
That's
though?
the question.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
That's the question.
Now that you know him, has he ever, I mean, please, he has a cup of coffee and keeps score about who finishes
if he was
first.
keeping score, I wasn't keeping score. But
11-3.
What?
11-3.
I
This is
don't
11-3.
remember that.
I'm not going to pull a number out of thin air. I remember specifically.
You can't believe the guy that doesn't even know the location where we were playing at.
It's a different country,
All right.
but that's fine.
Different country.
Now,
Right.
forget
This
my
was, by the
memory
way,
because
21
you
years
jumped
ago?
a lot
You know
of
what
different
I'm saying?
countries.
Yes.
Now,
one
the
trip.
country may be off. Now, I may forget a lot of things.
You forgot where we played.
One thing I'm not going to forget is the score.
It wasn't 11-3.
Oh, it was. It's okay, though.
No, it wasn't.
It's all right,
11-3.
man. You had an off day. It's okay. It
You know,
happens.
Germany, Paris, 11-3.
Whatever.
You had an off day, man. You know, it happens to the best of us, man.
So
it
you
didn't happen to me that day.
I hear you. It wasn't 11-3 though. I'll tell you that much.
Welcome back. That conversation between Kobe and Tracy was taped January 30th, 2019, almost a year ago to the day. And we now welcome in longtime friend of Kobe, T-Mac. I appreciate you joining us from your home in Houston, Texas. And just hearing Kobe's voice like that, razzing you back and forth the way you guys always did. What's going through your mind?
I'm devastated. Just like everybody else. I mean, I think I'm the one person that has a connection that nobody else has with Kobe. And I used to stay at his house with Pam, Joe, Shea, Shrib. And, you know, I just remember us just, the minute I walked through those doors, like it was just an instant bond. And, you know, the stories that I could tell, being in there, him watching karate flicks and watching Michael Jordan home videos, and he would watch a certain part, pause and rewind the tape, and I was like, you know, what the hell are you doing? And it, you know, that was just him. He was practicing on some of the things that Michael was doing. He was emulating that. And this sounds crazy, but Kobe spoke this. He spoke this. He used to say all the time, I want to die young. And
Really?
I thought he was he used to say, I want to die young. I want to be immortalized. And, you know, I want to have my career be better than Michael Jordan, and I want to die young. And I just thought he was just so crazy for saying that. And when I got the news yesterday, I had a dance with my daughter yesterday at my wife's event, and they came and told me the news, and I just couldn't believe it, just like everybody else. But I'm devastated.
I can't even imagine in those pictures into young teenage Kobe that, as you said, you have, because he felt you were his contemporary and it was someone he could let in a way that he really couldn't let anyone else in those years. And yes, hearing you say, oh, I want to die young, I want to be a legend, that's totally in line with young Kobe. But older Kobe, the Kobe that you and I spent the last year watching, the 41-year-old Kobe, he wanted to be around, especially for his family. Can you tell me a little bit about just the way you guys have reconnected recently? And I mentioned earlier in the show, these AAU tournaments, it's not only texting and calling and the joking around, but then you would be at these tournaments together and you'd be the dad's club, right?
Yeah, and clearly that statement was way before kids.
Yes.
And I'm sure, you know, once he had kids, he didn't have that mindset. You know, we go through our careers. Let me just back up. My first 2-3 seasons, I probably wouldn't have made it through those seasons if it wasn't for Kobe, because he came in a year before me, same footsteps, straight out of high school. And, you know, he went through some turbulent times in his rookie season, and same with myself. I used to call and lean on him for advice all the time. And he would give me that advice because we were brothers. And I went on, played for the Magic. He was playing for the Lakers and playing for championships. And me over here, I'm competing, trying to win scoring titles because I'm not competing for championships. And our relationship kind of got lost because of his mindset and what he was trying to accomplish. And I was over here. And we go and play, you know, our careers. And here we are. We have kids. And we're reunited, you know, through AU basketball because of our kids. We're coaching our kids. And, you know, that connection, just reconnecting with him and bringing back those old memories, going out to watch his kids practice, you know, and having playing these games and him watching my kids play was like the greatest thing. And I'll sit there and watch Gigi, and before the game, I'll go up and I'll give Gigi a hug and tell her, you know, to go out there and kill. And she was like, don't worry about that, Uncle Mac, I got this. And she was special, man. She was special. She was built like Kobe. Her mannerism, everything. I mean, just to watch her play, it was like watching a young Kobe. The move, she had a fadeaway at 13 years old. I'm watching this girl, and it just looks like her dad out there. I'm like, damn, she's going to be special. And she's not going to get that opportunity. He's not going to get that chance for her to carry on that legacy. And I was out the last tournament. I sat and I talked to Vanessa and the other three girls for like 20 minutes watching Gigi play. And my heart just goes out to Vanessa and those girls, and Pam and Joe, Shea and Sharia. I mean, this is hard, man. This is hard.
And that's the thing, right? That we feel so much because Kobe was a basketball player and a public person, but he was a father and a husband and a brother. And Trace, I got to tell you, I rest a little bit easier knowing that you, your wife Clorinda, are going to be there to help take care of Vanessa going forward because she is going to need it. I can't even imagine. Mac, thank you so much for being with us. We appreciate you. I will see you soon. And we all feel it. And the way you described your friend, you did such a service to him as you always have. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, you know, I think so much has been made of that. And to me, that's not even the story. The story is his life and his legacy. The summer of '96, we had hopes that we could possibly acquire a major free agent. And in the process, our prized possession was going to be Shaquille O'Neal if we had an opportunity to persuade him to come to Los Angeles. And at that point in time, there was a lockout. You really couldn't communicate, and finally we were able to communicate with people. But we had the draft before, and there was a player that, by the name of Kobe Bryant, that was a high school kid whose kid won the state championship. Father Joe, ex-professional player, played in Italy. He was over there, he moved back and watched his career and watched a lot of film on him, and you know just how different and unique he was as a college, as a high school athlete. And then to have a chance to visit with him in person. He was here in Los Angeles, represented by Arn Tellem, who'd been a great friend of mine for years. His sons and my sons are best of friends even to this day, and they were really young. And he wanted me to watch him work out. So we invited him to a workout with 4 players that were draft eligible, that were attractive prospects. And getting there and watching this kid with this perpetual smile, this incredible boundless energy, and his desire to, frankly, show everyone he was the best player there. Probably took 10 minutes to see he was far superior to these guys, who a couple of them got drafted in the first round. And when you watched him, you say, oh my gosh, there's no chance that we